260 miles north, in the village of Cockermouth, is the poet William Wordsworth's childhood home. Usually it's the team here that dresses in Georgian costume, but today the tables will turn for a special event.
Hello. We're having a wedding here this afternoon, so we are going to have to actually close the property at 2 o'clock.
Right.
So I just wanted to tell you that you've got about, well, just over half an hour to walk around the garden.
Right,
just
get a move on. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you.
OK, thank you.
The visitors are being turfed out, but we're staying backstage.
It's quite a challenge because we've got a very short period between 2 o'clock when the last people have gone and 4 o'clock when the house has got to be ready.
House steward Rachel is expecting 32 wedding guests and wants it to be as Georgian as possible.
So these giant scabia, they're just absolutely fantastic. One of those. What we grow in the garden here are all from the period of the sort of late 1700s. Any flowers I use from the garden will be appropriate. So I've got some of those. So this will just complement the ones I've got already to fill in the gaps. We'll go into my little small wash house, little hovel, where I do all things like this. And this style of being fairly informal was what they did then. Anyway, I really do need to get these into the dining room. They're going down there for the moment. They will probably go on a small table over in the corner there. I think that's the house empty now then, so we'll shut this door and we'll just put it on the latch so that nobody can creep in that we're not aware of.
Next challenge, prepping the dining room for the ceremony.
Right. OK, Liz, let's just think about this. If you do things too quickly, that's when things go wrong. OK, Liz, are you in?
They're all antique pieces, so Rachel and cleaner Liz have to have nerves of steel.
Go slowly. Let's see.
Especially with this mahogany table from the late 18th century.
They're fascinating items, the way they do fit together and everything. The more you handle them, the more you get to know them. Right. I'm now going to go and get the drain pipe. That's a palaver because I have to bring it all the way around the front and in the house.
Did Rachel say drain pipe? What kind of wedding is this?
Liz!
Whoa, I don't think that was meant to happen.
Can you open the front door for me?
Rachel has a somewhat unique way of moving delicate carpets.
Is it a drain pipe? Standard practice. What else would you use? It's actually quite heavy to carry, so put it on here, you've got a means of moving it and lifting it. We have to roll it with the top to the outside. It relaxes the pile and allows the dirt to come out. Normally we'd do it once a year in the winter. With these weddings, we seem to be doing it rather a lot.
Clever stuff.
This is our office. We're 5 of us minimum. Hot desk.
Kirsty's been visitor manager for 2 years and is making certain there'll be no gate crashes.
One of the legal requirements is that you have a notice up saying that a wedding is taking place, because strictly speaking, anybody can come in to see a wedding ceremony. We haven't had any extras in yet, have we, that we know of? No?
With everything almost in place and just 50 minutes to go.
I'm looking forward to a cup of tea, to be quite honest.
Someone forgot to lock the front door.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, the house is closed this afternoon because we've got a wedding on.
Visitors us from Germany.
Right.
Yesterday we were unlucky because it was closed and we saw that it's open today.
Oh,
so
sorry, yes. You can't go around the house because we're expecting people any minute now. Yeah. So if you want to go back out the house here, out the door there.
There's always tomorrow.
I thought at first they were wedding guests.
In Cumbria, at Wordsworth House.
We can take it straight into the dining room where you'll be playing, if you like.
Rachel and Kirsty have just half an hour before the wedding guests arrive. The dining room's been transformed, the flowers are in position, but the musicians are still setting up.
The power supply is underneath those chairs, right?
They often did that in the 18th century.
Didn't they? Yes. They were ahead of their time, really. But,
Usually, the staff here dress all Georgian, But bride and groom, Andrew and Linda from Morpeth, are giving it a go.
We came along and fell in love with the place, didn't we? And I've always liked this period. It's my favourite period in history, so...
In fact, even before he'd asked me to get married, he said, I'd like to wear the pantaloons and everything, our Georgian weddings.
Flamboyant and, you know... So, I love it.
My hips suddenly grown.
Yeah, so the guests don't know that we're going to be dressed like this at all, so it's going to be a complete shock and surprise, I imagine.
They look absolutely fantastic, yes. Look really good,
Might we get a job here?
Oh,
They've just time for a quick dress rehearsal.
yes, yes.
The house team are only in their second year of hosting weddings.
Costumes is very unusual, but it makes it really exciting, quite different. So once we start to get into the flow of doing weddings, it'll be nice to have something like this every so often.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
In Georgian England, it would have been illegal to have a non-religious wedding because of the 1753 Marriage Act. However, 36 miles up the road in Scottish Gretna Green, the law didn't apply. So a piper is rather fitting.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Kirsty's really excited. I don't know whether Kirsty's left on. She does all this Scottish dancing.
Yeah, so it's nice to see someone in a kilt slightly
So you'll
further
probably
south.
see her having a quiet...
Andrew, the groom, has gone to great lengths to keep their costumes hush-hush.
Just 4 people are in on it, so the rest of the guests are going to be completely shocked.
But the best man and piper, Andrew, is in the loop.
I must admit, the outfits they've got are absolutely superb, fantastic. I know Andrew's a great fan of Blackadder, and we always sort of quoting Blackadder terms to each other, and it's always from the sort of King George Regency period. So I suppose it was quite apt, really.
And there's an extra treat for the happy couple. Their own Georgian servant.
Yes. It's like going to stand at the gates and just sort of welcome your...
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous now.
Are you nervous? Yeah, I am. I think we should get out of the way. Creep, creep, creep. Is anybody
Can you
looking?
carry that for me?
Linda's green dress may have been in vogue in Georgian times. It wasn't until Queen Victoria walked down the aisle wearing a white lace dress in 1840 that the white wedding came into fashion. At Wordsworth House in Cumbria, the 32 guests are arriving for the Georgian wedding. Backstage, visitor manager Kirsty from Edinburgh is quite excited.
To me, a wedding isn't a wedding without pipes. I do Scottish country dancing and have done for over 20 years. It's in the blood.
Careful, Kirsty, you'll upstage the bride. The guests are in the dark about the bride and groom's outfits.
Well, I think quite a lot of them go in the back garden, so just down the stairs on the right there.
So Rachel's keeping vigil.
It's just a convenient place to stand, make sure nobody perhaps wanders up by stairs by mistake, you know. Help our bride and groom maintain their surprise. So, on the guard.
No one is to catch a glimpse of the happy couple, no matter who they are.
Ah, right, you're the mother of the bride.
Yes. We were told to go in the garden if we wanted to. Yes.
Yeah.
We've been told when we're better a bee.
If you would like to go in the garden and stretch your legs, you may. If you'd like to sit down, you may. This is the worst bit. It's just waiting for it to happen.
No, not that way. That way.
It doesn't work.
You have to get a certain angle.
The teenagers have found a way to while away the time, and it's not their 21st century smartphones.
With feathers as well.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
A bit nervous. Should be coming any minute now.
With everyone finally settled, it's time for the big moment.
Perhaps they've changed their mind.
Quite right, Kirsty. Let's leave them in peace. Well, almost.
One unhappy customer. We've got to have a crying baby at a wedding.
After all that excitement, time to relax.
The last one I went to, the organ broke down. It wouldn't stop the note, you know, it kind of drones, it was going...
Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Willis.
Very moving. I just managed not to cry. Usually do.
So what did everyone think of those surprise Georgian outfits?
He's my brother. I'm not used to him sort of dressing up quite like this. Although, actually, about a minute before they walked in, I thought, I wonder if he's going to be doing his Blackadder impression. And he didn't disappoint. And, yeah, they both look great.
Happy guests, happy staff.
Happy couple.
Yes. So, lovely day. What more can you want?
It would be nice if there wasn't all that tidying up to do. They could have stepped straight out of a period drama. Talking of which,